I mean, yeah, they both have pink hair, but I did not see that coming. How's it going, YouTube lovers? This is the Eagle Ram here. Welcome back to another video where today I'm doing the reaction video. Today I'm reacting to the final part of the audiobook preview for Epithet Erased, Prison of Plastic. This is going to be the second chapter, well, sixth in this video because the first four are prologues. But we are finishing up this reaction series to the audiobook preview for this book, which means that, at least for now, unless they do another audiobook preview for the next book that comes out, which in theory should be done being written this year, even if it doesn't come out this year. This will be my last reaction on Epithet Erased for the foreseeable future, which is kind of crazy. This has been a really fun series, but it won't be the end of Epithet Erased on my channel like I've already talked about, because after I finish reacting to this audiobook preview, I will be reading the full book myself, and I plan to do a big like Eve's Book Club review video talking about this book and the story and what I think of it. And I will absolutely do that for other novels for this series that come out, because I really like these characters. I really like this world that they've created. Again, thank you to the comment who recommended that I watch this show. It has been well worth it. But yeah, no, we're reacting to the last chapter of this audiobook preview. Last time, Molly and her friends, Phoenica and Trixie, found what they thought was a dead body on the beach. Turns out it's a crazy guy who I can't tell if he's evil or just insane. But he's basically, his epithet, soulmate, allows him to literally be friends at the soul level with people, like binding their souls together and like pulling upon their power to make himself stronger. And he, of course, he did it with Molly's friend Phoenica because she's a bit of a ditz. But he collapsed again after eating lip balm. Yeah, no, that guy was crazy. But it was the kind of chaos that I honestly should come to expect at this point from this series. And now we're going on to the next chapter. The prologues introduced us to a character named Naven, who's like a CEO. And apparently he's also a bleeding heart who just can't say no to charity or just helping others. And so he ended up like volunteering himself for like speech classes for what sounds like Molly and her friends. And we last saw him showing up at the Blyndeff Toy Emporium. So I wonder if this chapter is going to continue where that prologue left off, which means the other dangling thread of the prologues would be obviously Molly's sister, if we're going to see her again. And then Giovanni said he was going to go find, well, you know, Bear Trap, technically, his other minion, and talk to her about his new villain group that he's forming, separate from the Bonsai Blasters. So we got to see if any of that is going to be brought up here, or if that's all going to be saved for, like, the actual book itself, and not just this preview. But anyway, let's go ahead, jump right into this, and see what happens.
Chapter 2. Vincent's murder!
Oh, I guess we are getting Giovanni in this one. That's wild name for a chapter already. All right, but here we go. And there's Naven.
Table in the corner of the Blyndeff Toy Emporium, tapping his finger in time with the toy cuckoo clock on the wall. It had been almost a half an hour since the chauffeur had dropped him off.
Oh, he's been sitting there the whole time?
It wasn't like the girls to be late. He looked around the toy store again.
Well, they kind of found
Dusty yellow light
unconscious guy on a beach.
The poster smacked front windows and dyed the store in early shades of evening. The shop was small, but it was filled with an incredible selection of strange and wonderful things. There were name brand products, of course, some from Naven's own company even.
Yeah, they said that STEM was a very diverse company at this point.
Dreamed up by Molly's father. Massive toy battleships, intricate doll houses, complex puppets that danced and sang, a whole plastic menagerie. That said, even with all the ticking gadgets and bright colors, something about the store felt quiet and still. So quiet that someone walking through the front door might assume that the place was closed and they weren't supposed to be inside. Browsing the shelves felt
if no one's running it, I mean, technically it's closed.
Else had left on an easel. At first glance, it was picturesque.
In theory, it should be
there was one glaring strangeness about
Lorelai running the store
sphere,
on this day. If this is Molly's day off, right?
Circular blotch of paint.
I don't know.
Someone had spilled onto the artwork. Behind the cash register was a giant pearl floating uncomfortably in midair like a pupilless eyeball.
Oh gosh,
Naven
okay.
heard a tiny rattling sound from the back of the room. A young, meek-looking man with spectacles wandered
Sylvie!
up the far aisle of the store.
What the heck are you doing here?
He made eye contact with Naven and then quickly looked away, ducking back behind the shelf. The boy had grabbed a small pack of trading cards right after entering the store and spent the last 10 minutes waiting around while aimlessly wandering the shelves.
I was not expecting to see Sylvie here, but I'm happy about it.
Some employee might finally come out to the register and help him check out. Or at least explain what was up with the sphere. Navin decided to throw him a bone. I can ring you up if
Because he can't help himself.
Oh!
The boy started.
Yeah, that'd be great. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you worked here or not.
Navin smiled. I don't usually work the register. I run classes here in the afternoons.
Classes?
Yeah, Sylvie's immediately going to be curious about it, because one, he knows Molly, and two, Sylvie's technically a doctor, even if he's
They're
young.
casual, so I don't have to wear a uniform or anything. The boy looked him up and down. Even without a uniform, Navin seemed to fit in anyways. His colorful sweater vest and shoulder cape were as bright as a pair of green stained glass windows. And his easy smile
Yeah, very,
looked like
very
something
green
drawn
color
into a
palette for that
Harlequin
character.
doll.
Even the
Navin
light,
clicked away
like
at the
shadows on
brightly colored
his,
keys of the novelty toy register.
on
They
the
sang
sides of
with
his character.
individual music notes like a toy piano. One pack of horizontal pilot command cards. That'll be
Pack of cards, that's what Sylvie's here for. Would have assumed a bit of
Open
yo-yo.
the register with a melodic. That's a pretty popular game these days.
Yeah. Do you play?
Navin shook his head. He mentioned that some of his friends played it, though, and that he'd been thinking about giving it a shot. The customer said he should. The boy recommended Navin a few good starter decks and mentioned there was a big tournament coming up. Navin said he'd heard about that and that he would be sure to check it out.
Of course, Sylvie would be
The
into
boy
like
left
some
the store
nerdy
in high
card game. That's
spirits.
fun.
The social awkwardness creeping on his shoulders just a few moments ago had melted away to nothing. He'd been hoping to see a friend of his who worked there, but the trip had been worth it for the conversation. What a nice man. So nice that he'd completely forgotten to ask about the giant sphere hovering behind the counter. As Navin watched him go,
Oh, so
the
I
smile
guess
faded.
that was just a cameo for Sylvie. Dang, I was hoping he's going to stick around a little bit. I said last time I was really hoping that Sylvie and Finico would actually meet because apparently Oh, hi Lorelai.
Saw her, she was decked out in a new costume. Today, she was wearing a lilac witch's hat adorned with bunny ears and a
She really likes that bunny
bunny
motif, but I was saying I hope Finica and Sylvie actually meet at some point, just because I think Sylvie will want to analyze her head.
That she was supposed to be wearing for her afternoon shift. She crossed her arms.
What's with all the noise?
You missed a customer, Navin said. I had to ring him up for you.
That's fine.
She scoffed.
As long as you're here, it's not a problem, right? Nobody even comes into this stupid store anyways. Now, keep it
Oh,
down.
that's what the
I'm
giant
gonna
sphere
play.
is. It's one of her
She
bubbles.
disappeared back
Why
into
did
the
I
dream
not
bubble
put
like
two
a
and two
child
together?
diving under the surface of a pool. Navin frowned. He wasn't sure that he'd be able to fulfill her request. Speech classes do tend to be fairly vocal.
You would
He planned
hope.
a fun activity for today. Or at least, he thought it was fun. His students would each pick a song that they liked and then speak it aloud without the melody, as though the lyrics were normal words in a conversation. The exercise was
Oh,
designed to
interesting.
help them
That kind of
explore
reminds me of those
different
videos of like
inflections and
the
think about
meteorologists who
different
try to
ways
fit
utilize
like
sentence
song
structure.
lyrics into
It was
his
likely
weather
to make a
reports.
fair bit of noise. That is, if his students ever showed up. Navin checked his phone. No new messages. Molly, ever the little secretary, had sent him an email this morning to let Navin know she and her friends would be going to the beach, and that they might be a little late coming back depending on the bus schedule.
Yeah,
Even
but we're
so,
starting to
it
get
was
past
20
a
minutes
little
past their
late
start
now.
Time. That was concerning. What Lorelai said wasn't entirely wrong. Not a lot of people came to the Blyndeff toy store. The building was located in the inner city in a fairly rough neighborhood.
Oh,
An average
okay.
parent wouldn't be too keen on
That
bringing their
that
kids to
explains
this
a
part
lot
of town
about
just so they
the
could browse a collection
financial
of
state of the
expensive
Blyndeff
toys.
family.
It was a bad location, but it was the only place the Blyndeffs could afford to move after their first store burned down 2 years prior. Just as Navin started to assume
yeah, I
worst,
think
the
I know what
shopkeeper
else
felt
burned
jingled
down
again.
in that
His three
fire.
students walked in through the door carrying
Oh no, that's poor Molly.
body?
Poor Lorelai. Oh
Well,
gosh, there he
I have
is.
to admit, if something criminal had happened on their way home, he certainly wasn't expecting the perpetrators to be the trio of 12-year-old girls.
Navin! Navin, we need your help!
Molly called.
I mean, fair
The teacher rushed over as
fair
they
guy to
carried
go
Rick's
to,
body
someone
to
that
the
you
corner
trust
of
as a
the room.
mentor.
They gently laid him down on top of one of those carpets with a top-down view of a city printed on it. Molly ran to the back of the store to fetch Rick some water. Girls? Girls, what happened? Trixie and Feeney began squawking at him simultaneously, telling completely different accounts of what had happened.
Completely different
It was hard to
accounts.
untangle the story through their squabbling, but Navin spoke fluent squabble and seemed to get a sense for it immediately.
I'm assuming if he's
Leaned
talked
over
to
get a
these
look at the
three
man on the
enough, I'm
floor
sure
to
he's
check if
used
he
to
was
their
still
rambling.
breathing. Navin's eyebrows raised when he saw Rick's face. He put his hand on his chin and stared with a complicated expression. The girls couldn't quite read what it was. Maybe they should have paid more attention in his interpersonal communication classes.
What's wrong?
Feeney asked.
Besides the body part.
Trixie clarified.
The fact that you carried a body, yeah.
Naven said, caught a bit off guard, which was unusual for him. It's just strange. This man appears to be ocean race.
Ocean
He
race?
came from ocean country.
Ocean
Must have
country.
drifted
What?
an awfully long way from here. He's lucky to be alive.
Ocean country. How is this world broken up? I need
offering
a...
this information as though it might be helpful.
I want to know so
somehow.
much more about this world.
As am I, Naven mumbled. Each of the different races were named after their native country.
Oh,
and
thank
each
you.
of those countries were named after a different biome.
Oh.
Taiga country, deep wood country, desert country, island country, ocean
Okay.
country, and Australia. With her blonde hair and blue eyes,
Australia is,
Phoebe
of
was about
course,
as
its
taiga
own
race as a
thing.
person
Why
could get.
not?
Molly was equal parts taiga and deepwood.
Oh.
Trixie was mostly taiga with a little ocean blood on her mother's side. People with ocean race in their veins could be easily identified by their brightly colored hair and striking eyes.
Oh,
If a
interesting.
person's hair was a shade of neon pink, green, purple, or blue, then at least one of their ancestors was probably from ocean country. This ancestral trait
That's good to
remained
keep in
visible
mind.
No matter how many generations thin the blood, like warning.
So I'm
colors
guessing
on
that
a
means
venomous
Giovanni
fish.
has ocean in his
Centuries ago,
blood?
the ocean people had been persecuted for their study of spellcraft and twisted magic. In
Oh.
response, their strongest mages used their sorcery to craft grand domed cities and retreated to the deepest depths of the ocean.
Oh, that's
Now
why
they live in
Rick
a
said
secluded society
surface
somewhere at the
dwellers or
bottom of the
surface
sea.
people or something
Their
because
country
he's
had
from
remained
like
strictly
basically in
isolation to
Atlantis
this
under the
day,
sea.
and
Okay.
As far as the surface dwellers knew, nobody was allowed in or out. All modern knowledge of ocean country was deduced from the flotsam and jetsam washing up on beaches, strange pieces of glowing sea glass and translucent pipes, things that Trixie collected in a box under her bed. Scholars knew the general location of ocean country, but beyond
Ooh,
that,
I wonder
it
if
was
we're going to
little
see
than a
more of
giant
ocean
question
country
mark
in this
hidden
story,
deep
or
beneath
if
the waves.
that's going to be something
Because
saved
of
for
this,
later.
It was very rare to meet a full-blooded ocean race citizen. Trixie and Phoenica realized that they had never seen one before and stared at Rick with renewed interest.
Okay,
Molly
then.
trotted back into the room carrying some
Welcome back,
fruit,
Molly.
granola, and a bottle of water. Naven reached out a hand and Molly reflexively passed him the bottle. He put it to Rick's lips and slowly poured a bit of water in, carefully ensuring that he swallowed it.
Is he gonna die?
Molly asked.
No, he was just introduced.
I
He's
don't
not going to
think so.
die yet,
Naven
if at all.
leaned back. It's a good thing you girls found him when you did. I don't know how much longer he would have lasted out on the beach like that. We'll clean him up a bit and get him sent straight off to the hospital. You three did a very good job. Molly breathed a sigh of internal relief, thankful for the validation. After Rick collapsed, Phoenica started to call the police, but Molly had stopped her. Calling 911 was obviously the standard reaction to a person passing
yeah,
out.
you
but
wanna call
ever since
authorities.
the museum incident last week, she'd felt uncomfortable around police
I mean-
officers. She was a criminal, after all. She was a bonsai blaster.
Technically.
Semi-officially, at least.
I mean,
She hadn't paid her membership fees yet, but she was pretty sure it's still
I mean,
coming.
can you
Every time she saw
can
a
you
cop,
call?
she was worried they might
I
somehow
would
recognize her and
guess
want to
that
arrest her.
Percy
And
would be
then who
someone to
take care of
leave
the toy
her
store?
direct number there
Certainly
somewhere.
not
Can
the
you call
man who
her?
waltzed into the room backwards at that exact moment.
Oh no! I hate you with every fiber of my being.
Molly's father, Martin, backed into the room in reverse, beeping like a dump truck. He was carrying a huge ornate castle in his arms, carved from wood and expertly painted. It was beautiful. The kind of playset with a 3-digit price tag that would make any parent wince when their child asked if they could take it home. Marty pivoted around the room, looking for somewhere to set the thing down. He spotted a podium that he thought looked absolutely perfect, thoughtlessly kicked a large teddy bear off of it, and placed the castle set in its place. He let out an appreciative
So he just
whistle.
makes stuff with no plans for anything. That
Now,
and he wears socks with sandals. I knew this guy sucked.
He
He
made a big
even
show of dusting off his hands
Just
before his
add that to
brain
the long
immediately
list.
switched tracks.
man, I am starving.
The man flipped around like there might be some food floating behind him, and he noticed his daughter's friends standing there for the first time.
oh my gosh.
Class is in session, huh? Sorry to interrupt. Hey, that looks good.
Marty leaned down and grabbed the bag of granola Molly had meant for Rick right out of her hands.
Hey!
Oh my-
Hold on a second!
Phoenica protested.
Oh my gosh!
Molly would not.
How do they const?
Frank!
He
How
nodded
do they
to Phoebe,
constantly make
shoving
this guy
handfuls of
worse? I
granola
didn't even
into
think that was
his mouth.
possible.
He turned to Trixie and gave her the double guns.
Dixie!
Marty always got their names wrong. It was a joke that he alone thought was very funny. He upturned the bag of granola and drank it like it was a beverage. Little crumbs stuck themselves into his starry blonde beard like
Oh my
backwash
gosh.
pretzel chunks in a bar glass. He patted his belly, looked down, and finally noticed the phosphorescent body on his floor.
Hey, Navy? What's this? You teaching him CPR on a dummy?
So first he's a dead body, now he's a dummy. I feel bad for Rick, even though I don't trust him.
You know what I'm saying?
He wiggled his eyebrows like awful caterpillars and made mock kissy noises.
Oh, don't.
Naven smiled at him and wanted to die. This is a human man, he said.
Okay, I immediately like Naven so much now, just from that one line.
Just be sure to have her home by 8, okay, champ?
He playfully leaned down to the body and elbowed Rick in the stomach. Rick spat out a nudibranch. Lori popped her head out of her bubble and waved a magic bunny wand around in anger.
I told you guys to be quiet! Hey, Dad.
Hey,
Yeah, even then she's like, well, that explains the noise.
He gestured his big arms towards the castle.
Ta-da!
Oh. Yeah,
She blinked.
that's pretty good.
You said you were into knights and stuff, right? Knights and dragon stuff?
Yeah.
I'll give him credit for trying to do something that his daughter likes, but he also completely
eyes
ignores
lit
the
up.
other daughter, which cancels
What
it out.
kind of stuff you got going on now?
Which stuff?
The stuff in your bubble.
No, which stuff? Like magic, potions, witch's brews.
Oh, witch stuff, huh? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh gosh, he's gonna go right back into the basement and start tinkering again without questioning at all the unconscious
Tears
man
began
in his
pouring to
house.
life in his head as his thoughts changed tracks again. He nodded to the guests one by one.
Honestly, it's just leave. You're not wanted in this story or conversation,
Then
Martin.
he bolted out of the room like a new
Okay,
idea was about
that's
to
for the
appear
best.
somewhere in his workshop, and he had to get there in time to catch it before it flew away. Trixie and Feeney scowled at him. His actions were a surprise to exactly no one. Martin Blyndeff lived in his own little world, just in a completely different sense from the way Lorelei did.
Yeah, no
It was a
kidding.
wonder the store hadn't gone under yet. Even though Molly worked as hard as she could, the girl was still 12.
Yeah, which is
Only
why
real
it's
reason the
insane that
Blyndeff
she has
family
to
was
deal
able
with
to
all
put
of
food on the
this.
table was because of supplementary funds from Phoenica and Naven.
That
They
makes
tried
sense.
their best to keep the store afloat, more for Molly's sake than for the sake of the business. That made Molly feel guilty, like she needed to be
Oh,
working
Molly.
harder, like she owed them now.
Of course,
It
it
was
makes
her
sense
fault
she
that
would
things
feel
were
like
going
that,
wrong.
but you're 12
Naven
years
had
old,
reached
Molly.
out to
Come
child
on.
services for her once. They'd sent an agent to investigate, but it was no use. The man concluded the home was perfectly livable. After all, what kind of child wouldn't want to live in a toy store? Molly didn't show any signs of physical injuries, and while it was maybe a tad unethical,
I'm
to have
glad
your
that
kids
Naven's
working in your
actually
store,
doing
it
this,
was by
that
no
some
means
adult is
illegal
trying
so
to
long as
take
they were getting
action
an
here over the fact that Molly is
Their
at a
families
miserable
lived just above
existence.
the poverty line, and the older sister had an epithet
But,
that could make food, so there really wasn't anything to worry about on that front. Epithets were seen as a big plus, unsurprisingly. Legally speaking, Naven couldn't do anything about Molly's home situation short of kidnapping her. So he settled for passing her a little bit of money every month to get by.
That sentence implies that
Lorelei
he has
remembered that she had
considered it
come in
at
to yell
least.
them and looked at the class huddled around the unconscious, wet, purple body. She twisted her face.
Oh,
like
you
she
just
smelled
noticed this?
Something gross.
What are you doing?
Molly opened her mouth to ask for help, but Lori slid back into her bubble without waiting for an answer.
Great.
Her words
No
had
help
been
at
an
all.
insult, not a question. The girl in the bear hoodie sighed. Well, at least the room was quiet again. The door to the shop.
That didn't last long, and I see the pink hair. Giovanni? What
A
the?
figure zipped into the room and scampered up onto
heck
the
are you
table like a
wearing?
raccoon. His lanky legs wobbled as he balanced atop the wood like a surfboard, then solidified as he pointed triumphantly towards the sky.
Look upon me, mortals, and tremble!
Oh
Know the
gosh.
ghost of my former self, but he is gone, cast into the flames and reborn, like a phoenix wearing sunglasses and a cool hat!
I bet he thinks
The
he
man
looks
was not wearing
awesome doing
sunglasses,
this.
and he
Oh,
certainly
the
wasn't
expressions
wearing a
there are
hat.
interesting. Obviously,
Quite the
Molly's happy to
opposite,
see
really.
him.
The thing on his head
Phoenica
was a modified
looks in
Tetris
awe,
helmet
and
with an
Trixie
orange
looks
visor
like
taped
she is
across the
cringing.
inside of it, like a homemade Sentai helmet.
I love the
Two
art that they're
PVC
putting here.
Cauldrons sat atop his shoulders, and a waterfall of inky black capes sprawled out from beneath them. The cape had been bleached from the bottom up with a pattern of peachy orange flames licking up the shredded hem, and the skirt he wore had the same treatment. Torn edges.
Giovanni, why are you in a
fluttering to
skirt?
evoke flame. On his
I'm
chest,
assuming that
isolated
you.
chunks of black
I'm assuming that you
plastic
use
armor
some of your
floating
skills
aimlessly across a sea
from
of
knowing how to
neon
sew
orange
to do it, because I
spandex
know you have a
leggings.
knitting
An
kit.
undershirt so bright they hurt to look at, like a chemical spill or a lava lamp with a grudge.
Well,
looked like
he
someone
wanted
at
to find a new
convention
persona
cosplaying
since,
character
you know,
that you
the police are
almost
looking for
recognized
Giovanni
but didn't
Patage.
know well enough to name. The Super Zero threw his arms towards the fluorescent lights above him, hands clad in fingerless black biker gloves, with his nails screaming in bright hot rod paint.
Oh my gosh.
Rejoice, for you are about to witness the first appearance of the world's soon-to-be greatest supervillain. I am darkness.
No, you're not
I
Batman.
am despair. I am Vincent Murder.
That explains the title of the chapter.
Wears
Okay, never
outfit.
change, Giovanni. Please never
Molly
change.
Oh, thank goodness you're here.
Yeah, I bet Molly would be happy to see him.
Giovanni's over-the-top pose melted away to parental concern in an instant. He was hoping that she might compliment him on his cool new costume, but this was way more important.
I love that he has his priorities for in place whenever he's interacting with Molly.
Body.
Giovanni hopped down and took a look at Rick.
Whoa, bear trap. You killed a guy? Little villains grow up so fast.
He's so proud, even though that's not what's
He went
going
to wipe
on.
a tear from his eye and plonked his finger into the visor on his catcher's mask.
Ow.
No, boss, he's alive. I think. We found him on the beach and we're trying to save him.
Oh, I get ya.
He snapped his fingers in recognition.
Trying to pull the old "I saved your life, now it belongs to me" thing, and get yourself
Sure,
a minion
let's
of
go with
your
that.
own, eh? Oh, classic move. That would make me a grand boss.
Oh my gosh.
Here, I'll help.
Oh my
Do you have,
gosh.
like, a bowl or something?
Molly looked around. She trotted over to the wall of toys and offered him a toy dump truck.
Sorry. All our dishes are dirty.
Yeah, because Laura.
Someone was supposed to wash them.
And that would be Lorelai.
Didn't.
We went over that last time, but she's too busy
Uncharacteristic drip
playing
of venom
make-believe
found its way
because
into
she
her
has
tongue.
zero responsibility, even
Worry
though
not,
she's the
Bear Trap.
oldest
A
daughter.
good villain comes prepared for such an occasion. Behold, Vincent Murder secret technique #1.
He squatted a bit and steam began rising from the black pauldrons atop his shoulders.
Soup! There's the
Molly hadn't
soup
been able to see
epithet.
before because he was so tall, but there were little divots in the top of each of them.
Oh.
Are those cup holders?
Yeah,
He smiled.
cool, right? I figured that sports cars and stuff had them, so I should probably put some on my costume, just in case.
I mean, when you have an epithet that literally is all based off of a liquid, that makes sense.
Phoenix!
Giovanni shot his hand into the air and pressed upwards like he was raising the roof. A substance began to pool from the depths of his pauldron, swirling a bright red and yellow. Steam fogged his visor.
No! Could somebody please open his mouth for me?
Maven, awestruck by this very strange man,
Yeah,
silently
I'm just
did
about to
what
say,
he
like,
was told, putting a finger
the
to
other
his chin
people in
and
the
opening
room are
his
just kind of
mouth.
staring at this
Giovanni leaned
interaction
aside,
between the two,
poured
like,
the bubbling drink into Rick's mouth like a
okay,
teapot.
sure, this is happening
A little bit
now.
of color returned to Rick's face. Phoenica looked up at this bizarre string bean who had apparently just poured lava into her friend's mouth.
Excuse me, sir.
She said,
Do you have some kind of epithet?
Yep.
It's lava!
There we go
lied
again.
Giovanni.
Or acid?
Lied Molly.
Lava acid!
Ha, nice callback, like that.
Giovanni did have an epithet. Most aspiring supervillains wouldn't be too happy to be born with soup as their power, but Giovanni was a creative young man, and he wouldn't let
Very
something like
creative,
that
which is
stop
why
him.
his
He
epithet
learned to
is
use his
honestly
powers in a
as
number
great
of
as it
strange
is.
and innovative ways. He could build up steam and unleash it in a burst to run or jump high in the air. He could throw boiling soup like fireballs. He could even heal his minions with tasty concoctions that he described as potions.
Yeah, he's incredibly creative with that, which is why the
Giovanni
soup
complimented
epithet ended up being
himself.
one of the
The
best
perfect
in there just
power
because of
for
its versatility.
up-and-coming supervillain, Vincent Murder!
So, Naven asked politely, how exactly are you and Miss Blyndeff acquainted, Mr. Murder?
He's my boss.
She smiled.
We're in a club together.
Yeah, let's go with
Trixie
that.
blinked. She stared dead on at Giovanni like he was a dead fish someone had nailed to her bedroom wall and thought back on all of Molly's descriptions of the boss she had met during her time at the museum.
Uh-huh, all that
Puzzle
goes
pieces
together.
all snapped together at once in her mind, forming a picture of a garbage can.
What?
Oh.
She said.
Oh, no.
She looked up at him
What?
with her one eye like a mean little spyglass.
Giovanni.
Oh,
Quiet, Trixie.
you know, I mean, her family is in the criminal
I go
underground
by
world, so
Vincent now.
maybe it would make
Giovanni
sense that she
struck a
knows
pose
him, but
like
I
a
want to know
piece
that
of
story
living out
now.
into the distance. Then he flailed, sputtering cartoonishly as though he'd just seen her sitting there for the first time.
Ah, wait! Trixie! What are you doing here?
Oh, so you do really know each other.
You gotta be kidding me.
Molly looked back and forth between them.
Do you two know each other?
No!
Giovanni cried.
Trixie, please! Don't reveal my secret identity!
It's too late.
Went
The
to
cops
grab-
already
she
know your
checked in
secret
the machine.
identity.
Ow!
She looked at Molly and, with absolutely zero pomp or circumstance, said,
He's my cousin.
Oh!
Trixie couldn't believe this. The
What?
boss Molly had gone on and on about was her dorky,
I mean,
snaggletooth
yeah, they both
cousin.
have pink hair, but I
Same
did
guy who
not
burned
see
his
that
tongue
coming.
when he tried to
Okay.
get a hot coal at a family
So now we got
barbecue
this
because it
whole
looked like forbidden
web of friends
candy.
just got a lot more complicated.
Do that.
Her brother had warned him.
Me want bite!
Giovanni replied, crunching into the coal like it was cereal. Giovanni wasn't a
I have
bad
no
guy,
shock
per
that he did
se,
that.
but he was basically the world's biggest goober. She couldn't believe Molly thought he was cool. Molly was her smartest friend. Or at least she thought she
Well,
was.
when your friends are Molly and Finica, yeah, she is the smartest.
You're related? Yeah.
Trixie grinned like a devil.
Moxie used to beat him up all the time, and he would run home crying.
Moxie was one of Trixie's delinquent older sisters. Honestly, her beating boss up wasn't too surprising. Molly
I
once
mean,
saw Trixie's
in
sister
general,
bite through a
it's not. I
bicycle
mean, he's
tire
been
like
beat
it
up
was
a number of
donut.
times just in the time he's known
Trixie,
Molly.
Don't embarrass me in front of my minion!
Giovanni pouted. Trixie looked his new costume over, totally unimpressed.
What are you doing here anyways?
She asked.
Mom said that you were on the news for some crime thing.
She hadn't looked into it. Members of their extended family getting arrested
Yeah,
was a
I mean,
pretty common occurrence. And it
said the
didn't
Rough House
usually
family
warrant
is
further
known
investigation
criminals.
Unless they showed up at your house asking for gas money.
Aren't you supposed to be on the lam? On the what?
Feeney's eyes sparkled.
Oh my god.
Molly put a hand on
She
her
heard
shoulder
lamb and thought it was a
shook her
sheep.
head.
Oh my gosh,
Feeny looked
Finica.
down, disappointed.
None of your beeswax, short snacks!
Giovanni leered down at her.
I happen to be on a secret mission, and the contents of said mission are for Bear Trap ears only.
I bet it's something stupid.
I picked
Both things can be true,
Giovanni
Trixie.
crossed
It's
his
just for
arms.
Bear Trap and it's stupid.
Stupid!
They began spitting and raspberry.
Oh
back
my
and forth,
gosh,
circling
I
around
love
one
this
another and
so
facing off
much.
like cowboys
I never
about
made
to
the
draw
connection that them
guns.
both having
Trixie
pink hair because
hissed
everyone
at
has.
Giovanni, wrapping around his leg like a koala.
Oh my
He
gosh,
whooped and
he's
hollered,
insane.
Going around the room on one foot, trying to shake her loose. Oh my, Nathan winced. It's rather lively in here today, isn't it?
Yeah, welcome to
Nathan
the
was
drama and
unusually
chaos here,
sensitive
Nathan.
to crowds and loud noises, just like Molly was. It was one of the reasons they got along. He'd agreed to give private speech lessons on the condition that the class size stay small so he wouldn't get overwhelmed. This was way more people in one room than he felt comfortable with. Detrimental empathy was yet another thing the two of them had in common.
That's true,
Molly
actually.
felt bad for
No wonder
Nathan.
the two of them
It was
got along. There
painfully
actually is a
obvious
lot in
this
common,
week's
more than I
speech class
thought.
was going to be canceled at this point. He must have been disappointed. She decided to help him a little. It wasn't her shift, but it was her job to run the toy store.
Guys, quit it.
Molly ordered
Molly having to
softly,
take charge
looking
once
straight into the
again,
middle of
but
their
even
tussle.
though that should not be the
Giovanni and
job of a
Trixie froze
12-year-old.
mid-punch. Neither of them wanted to hit Molly by accident. She walked over to Trixie, who was still glued to Giovanni's leg. Molly tapped both of her shoulders.
Bap, bap.
Trixie detached and fell to the floor, somersaulting backwards and popping
Like a
up.
cat.
She turned and looked at Molly with her ruffled raspberry hair obscuring most of her face. Molly pushed it out of the way and patted her on the head.
Bap, bap. Bap, bap.
Trixie parroted. Molly
There we
outstretched
go.
a hand like a teacher
We're all
asking
good
a
now.
student to spit out their gum. Trixie frowned and sheepishly reached into the pocket of her sweater and produced a chunk of Giovanni's costume that she had managed to rip off.
Of course
Molly
she
took
did.
it from her and reattached it to Giovanni's leg.
I really love
She
them
said,
being related.
"Added
That makes
costume."
it so much funnier.
Now be nice to each other. I don't like it when my friends get in fights. And you're both my friends.
Molly stamped her foot a bit to show that she was confident and that she meant it.
I love you.
She declared.
Good for you, Molly.
Giovanni and Trixie both
I'm sure
melted.
David's proud of her
This was
watching
the
from the side
emotional
like,
equivalent
yes,
of
look at
seeing
her getting more
children fighting
confident.
with
That's great.
sticks and shooting them with a cannonball. The two cousins bashfully scratched at the hair behind their ears in the exact same way at the exact same time.
Yep, they're related, no
We were
doubt.
just play fighting.
They mumbled.
We didn't mean it.
Now make up.
She said. It was soft, but it was in order nonetheless. Giovanni and Trixie whispered apologies. Trixie didn't actually dislike Giovanni. He was actually a lot of fun at the family parties.
I bet he
was
is.
a giant dork, but what good is a family
Dude,
barbecue?
I mean, come
without
on,
a
being
few
normal is
knees?
vastly
He
overrated.
was
Let the guy
always
be a
happy to
dork.
Play with Trixie and her twin brother Rex, even when they were little, and he'd always let them win at whatever game they were playing. He had taught Rex how to skateboard and gave Trixie the quartz crystal that started her collection.
Oh, nice.
Giovanni liked the twins too. They were the only roughhouses who had never beaten him up.
Well, and
Until today, anyways.
I'm sure they could
This
beat
was
you
a
up if they
draw.
wanted
Just
to,
didn't
Giovanni.
Molly brought
You're
them
not that
together
impressive in a fight,
saying,
usually.
Hug.
out loud for good measure. They did. Phoenica, who had been standing silently off to the side for the last few minutes, blinked twice.
I'm Phoenica.
Phoenica exclaimed, joining in the hug.
Oh,
Phoenica was a
gosh.
top-tier
Now,
runner. Her
David is
bones
just
were made
left
of
with
cotton.
the unconscious
This hug had
body.
just gone from good to great. Molly looked over Feeney's shoulder at Naven. Did she do good at interpersonal communication? Naven gave her
I
a
bet
nod
he's
of
proud of you.
appreciation. She smiled back with her little bear cub smile. It was incredible
Aw, bear
how much
cub
progress
smile.
Molly had made on her self-confidence recently. Even so, Naven could tell she was barely able to force herself to intervene and say something like that. She was standing on her tippy toes and her legs were shaking. But still, this was something. And this snaggle-toothed young man had been the catalyst for all this. Giovanni stood up.
I mean, that time in the museum was actually very good for Molly, all things
In
considered.
front of my minion. But I have come here with news! Bear Trap! As of last night, I have officially left the Bonsai Blasters!
Oh,
Molly said.
good.
Trixie sneered.
You stink.
Yes,
They do,
indeed
in more
stink.
ways than just what
Instead,
Giovanni's thinking.
I am forming my own group of evildoers, and I, the evildoest of them all, shall be the leader! Now, I ask you, wanna join?
He smiled and
Aw.
pointed at Molly.
Of course, he thought of one
gosh.
his probably his favorite
I
minion
sure
at this
would
point.
like to, but my schedule's pretty busy.
Boy,
There's
I
also
getcha.
a good answer and also a good way to
groaned.
get yourself out
All
of
my
this,
other
Molly.
minions are indisposed this week too.
Just in general.
So, I'm recruiting. We've got a big secret mission coming up this Friday.
Yeah, you've been talking about that secret mission, but you haven't told anyone about what it actually is yet, not even your minions.
Feel like becoming a villain?
Oh, not at all.
Smiled.
I despise villainy, really. As a do-gooder, it is my sworn do-good duty to redeem
Oh my God.
all villains and bring them over to the side of righteousness.
Her eyes sparkled. Phoenica tilted her head.
But now that I think about it, you did heal my very good friend Rick Shade.
Gosh, stop calling him your good friend. He literally. Okay.
No, I am. How dare you?
No, there is good inside you. I can feel it. I have a sense for these things, you know.
Giovanni looked at her like she'd just thrown his pet dog into the sea.
Perhaps I shall join.
Oh
In order to
gosh.
save your mortal soul.
Oh no,
Yes, I know
Feeny.
it's a fun team activity.
Phoenica beamed.
She's.
Giovanni turned towards the other
You know
two.
what? She's actually. I take it back. She's actually the kind of perfect person to be in one of
I know
Giovanni's
you two
groups.
are pretty metal. What are you
'Cause they're not
two
that serious
rectangles
anyway.
doing hanging around this square?
Square.
She's rich.
Trixie
Oh.
explained.
Ah, gotcha. Well, I do need cash for my new organization.
Oh, Giovanni
How
sees
would you feel
opportunity.
about funding heinous acts of villainy.
Very bad.
She smiled,
Feeny, come over here for a second.
said
Okay.
Molly, wrapping an arm around her.
Okay.
Molly led Phoenica over to a toy plastic table and sat her down in a brightly colored chair.
What you
so they
doing,
could talk
Molly?
Business.
What if I told you could get in on the ground floor of an exciting new startup? Oh, boy,
Oh my gosh.
backwards.
You're just trying to get some money for Giovanni because he's a good friend of yours, Molly.
Phoenica
I mean,
unzipped her purse
he's
and went
basically
to
like
hand
an
the
older
money
brother to her at this
Giovanni,
point.
But Naven stopped her. He looked at Molly and softly shook his head no.
But Naven,
She pouted, coating her voice in honey.
you taught us that when you can't come to an agreement with someone, it can be a good idea to change your words.
Turning his
you're
lessons
using my
back on him,
lessons for
Molly.
evil.
You truly are evil.
Say that
Giovanni
you
would be
could
proud.
Use your lessons for evil.
She noted.
Oh,
Well, I guess I didn't, did I?
and he's actually just going along with
Teach,
this.
man.
Trixie stood next to Molly like she was her lawyer.
What were you thinking?
I'm sorry.
And now he's apologizing for it. Okay, he really is a
Pocketing
pushover.
Phoenica's money.
On to the next order of business.
Getting this man proper medical attention? Naven stared at the body still lying on the ground. They had been talking around Rick like he was a campfire.
Yeah, no, Rick has just been face down on the ground this whole time,
Giovanni
basically.
He drank the liquid phoenix. He'll be up in a few minutes. This is way more important. Like I said before, in order to symbolize my new villainous beginning, I have taken on a new villain name. Vincent Murder!
I mean,
This name was certified very cool by the Cool Guy Council.
The what?
As you can clearly see from this document.
Giovanni took a piece of paper out from the utility belt that he was wearing around his waist and showed it to them. It was
Is this
a
gonna-
handmade certificate with
Handmade,
a note
yep.
scrawled in pink marker that read,
Yeah, that name is dope! This and kickflips. President Johnny Cool Tacos.
it was Giovanni's handwriting.
this is just like Gravity Falls
What I
with where he
need from
says
you
the,
guys is the name
yeah,
of
it's
the
right here in my
institute,
pocket.
or
Stan is sick and
possibly
needs a
great
bear.
Vincent Murder! In terms of raw awesomeness! Awesomeness. The floor is open to suggestions.
Trixie gestured towards her friend group.
Kids at school call us the Neo Trio.
Giovanni mused.
I mean, you have to admit that's a pretty good name there, Giovanni.
Words.
The Neo Trio.
And very fitting, because again, their hair looks like Neapolitan ice cream.
And Geo. The Geo Trio!
Of course.
But there are 4 of us.
Molly noted.
That is true. Trixie, you're fired.
She squeaked like someone had stepped on her foot.
I thought your name was Vincent now. Why would you call it the Geo Trio?
Excellent point. You are fired again.
Trixie spluttered like a lawnmower dropped in a kiddie pool.
It's like just because it's cousin, just
Bounced.
fire.
Let's call ourselves the Good Friendship Squad.
Bear Trap, mute her.
Phoenica mouthed as loud as she could, which was exactly
Bear
0
Trap, mute her.
decibels. She scrambled around in her pockets, took out her phone, and tick-attacked a message onto the screen. Molly unmuted her. and
I love how
Giovanni
Giovanni knows what
immediately
Molly's
began
epithet is, just
bickering
like,
about
that-
the merit
we
of
don't wanna hear
different
this,
names,
just
with Trixie
mute her.
weighing in on every suggestion. Naven mediated the discussion while discreetly swiping Phoenica's money from Giovanni's pocket and slipping it back into her purse. Trixie pointed this out, and Naven sheepishly tried to weasel his way out of the situation while Giovanni
Yeah, Trixie
squawked
would
at
do
him.
that. She absolutely
It was
is a
stupid
snitch
and
and for
chaotic
stuff
and
like that.
loud. Exactly the kind of thing Molly normally couldn't stand. But here, right now, this was a cacophony she didn't mind.
Yeah, because
She didn't
these
have a
are
lot of
like
good
her
influences
closest
in her
friends and
But
mentors.
all of them were in one room together. It felt like her birthday. For just a moment, Molly Blyndeff's world felt right. And so, of course, the universe had to ruin it.
Okay, that is it.
Oh, Lorelai,
Voice
of
resonated
course.
from the dream bubble. Its pearly shell rippled, and Lorelai burst from inside, doing a very impressive triple somersault across the floor and popping up with her hands on her hips.
What is going on out here?
Wow! A witch!
Giovanni pointed.
But that is her costume.
One letter off.
Trixie mumbled. Feeny nodded.
I know
Lorelai
what word
trotted
Trixie
over to
was
them and
thinking
held
of.
the pointy wand out in front of her. The bottom of the wand extended downwards into a full-sized birch staff and smacked angrily against the floor.
You little squirts are being so loud that it's reverberating my whole dream bubble. How am I supposed to brew potions when you're all shaking the cauldron?
Ooh!
Giovanni whistled.
Oh gosh, because he also makes potions, so now he's interested in what
Lorelai
she's
looked him up
doing.
and down, not quite sure what to make of this new weirdo.
Yeah, I can make potions. Why? Who are you?
I am Vincent Murder! Up-and-coming supervillain.
At least you remembered
Aren't
your
you
new
so
name instead of
happy to be a
accidentally
bit of a
immediately slipping out
potion maker
Giovanni like I'd
myself?
expect you to.
Observe!
He flicked out his hand and a sphere of roiling orange soup hovered in midair.
Oh, what's that?
A healing potion.
He answered proudly. She waved her hands in a circular motion and a sparkling glass vial appeared.
Yeah, her
tracking
yeah,
upwards
her
along the
epithet
outer edge
is,
of the
I feel
potion,
like,
looping
if she
together to form
trains
cute
enough
little
with it,
bottle
up
with bunny
there
ears at
with
the top.
like
A
Zora's
cork
in
appeared
terms
between
of
the ears
how
above
powerful and dangerous it can be
Lori
with its
snatched
effect
the
on the
vial from
world.
the air, uncorked it, and took a sip.
Oh, that's not bad actually.
Oh great, are these two gonna get along? That'd actually be hysterical.
Giovanni asked. For the first time in a while, Lorelai smiled. Her front 2 teeth stuck out from under her lip just a little bit.
Anything. Try me.
Giovanni
Front 2
tapped
teeth
his
stuck out?
fingers
Is
with his chin.
that supposed to be because of the rabbit motif?
About a potion that gives me the powers of a dragon. No, a phoenix.
You already described yourself as a phoenix.
A dragon phoenix that breathes fire and is fire.
Molly fidgeted.
Oh, right. Sorry, Bear Trap.
Aw, Giovanni.
Scratch that.
Immediately changing it as soon as he remembered Molly's paraphobia.
Gargoyle.
Lorelai winked at the challenge as if to say, easy. She flicked her staff in the air, spun it around her arm like a ribbon twirler, and dramatically pointed it in front of her with a swish.
Skin of stone and heart of soil. Human morph into gargoyle!
A silvery substance like mercury twisted its way into existence, filling the shape of an unseen glass
Again,
vial. She
ridiculously
raised her staff and
powerful
drew the
epithet.
outline of the bottle like it was a magic pencil. This one was styled like a little gargoyle with the cork above the nape of its neck. The bottle floated through the air towards Giovanni, who snatched it.
Oh, this is so cool.
It's no big deal.
Yeah, I feel like these two are actually going to be getting along.
Look at the little gargoyle bottle. It's even got wings and everything.
Giovanni does appreciate the finer details.
Can I keep this?
Sure.
Her little bunny smile widened. Finally! It had been ages since anyone besides her dad had shown any appreciation for her showmanship. It's the little touches that really matter. This guy gets it.
All right, let's see if it works.
He went to take a sip and the glass dinked against the aluminum mesh of his catcher's mask.
I forgot that it was actually a
Giovanni
catcher's
put the
mask
bottle
that he
down
was
on the
wearing.
table and went to
That makes
take
it
off
even
his
funnier.
headgear. Lorelei watched him. She had no idea what this strange boy might look like underneath his silly Sentai villain costume. She liked the outfit, though. It was fun. Giovanni had traveled all the way to the toy store in full costume, earning himself quite a few strange looks from the other passengers on the bus. He had
Oh,
to
that's
walk
right,
the
because
last
nobody
mile
was
or
there to
so on
drive him,
foot,
so he had to take the
was a
bus.
bit
That makes
sweaty.
sense.
When he took the mask off, it seemed to Lorelei that time had slowed down. The catcher's mask slid off of him, and he threw his head back, whipping his pink hair behind him with a sigh like a rearing horse.
Uh-oh.
Beads of sweat trickled down his face in sparkling detail, like a sports drink
Oh,
commercial.
no, I think I
Fast
see where this
food
is
ad
going.
Someone just
Uh-oh.
off camera was spritzing water onto a particularly gawky carrot. She stared at him, wide-eyed.
Oh, no.
Those spiked,
Oh, poor
crocodile
Molly.
teeth,
Oh, no.
the scrambled mane of ratty, teenaged hair, that unkempt pink stubble, his cackling cheese grater
Cheese
laugh.
grater laugh.
He was gorgeous.
Oh,
Her voice jumped an
no.
octave and she started unconsciously twirling her hair.
Hi.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
I'm
Molly
with
and
you,
Trixie
too.
said simultaneously. Finica looked at them like she had missed something.
Of course,
Giovanni
Finica, the one who daydreams
Check it out,
about,
lab
like,
or something in the
romance
next
and
model.
stuff like that and made an
Also
entire
some
binder for a
ventilation.
boy that she hasn't
Getting
even
all
met,
that so
has no
stinky
idea what's
under
going on.
there.
That makes it even better.
Oh yeah, this guy was hot.
Anyway,
Oh,
time to
no.
test out this potion.
Oh,
Down
no.
the hatch.
Giovanni chugged the
I
silver
mean,
liquid in a single
admittedly,
gulp.
this is funny, and I commented how it'd be funny if they got along. I just didn't expect it to be to this
Activate.
degree.
Ooh, ah!
He did a sort of power charging pose that was 40% squat and 60% scream.
Because he watches too
thrust
much
his arms
anime.
forward and
Anime, that's why he
slowly
did
began
that.
to change. The
He's
tips of
thinking
his
that he's in
fingers
Dragon
sharpened
Ball
and
Z or something.
solidified, creeping back and forming stony scales all the way
Oh,
down
gosh.
to his elbows. His outfit petrified along with him, hard gauntlets of fossilized plastic casing his arms.
What the heck?
Yeah!
He shouted.
And no gargoyle is complete without horns!
Giovanni put his thumb in his mouth and blew, popping two long...
Oh, he actually kind of
diabolical
controlled the
horns out
transformation?
through
That's
his hair.
interesting.
Wow.
Lori said, her voice still in falsetto.
That looks so
Oh,
good on
no.
Thanks. Cool potion. Love the color. Better mouthfeel than I was expecting, too.
She looked him up and down.
you. You're tall.
Oh my gosh. This is a completely different Lorelei from that we were introduced to. All it took was Giovanni.
6'3".
Giovanni apparently
looked
is a good
6'10"
influence to
with
change both of the Blyndeff
gosh,
sisters, but in very different
with
ways.
horns.
Oh my gosh, that laugh.
So funny.
Gross.
Said Molly and Trixie, louder this time.
Shut up!
Lori hissed at them. She turned back to Giovanni.
So, like, what's your name?
Vincent Murder.
Said Giovanni Potage. He dug around in another pocket of his utility belt and handed her something.
My calling card.
It was a baseball with the word
Evil!
written all over it.
I'm glad that Giovanni's voice actor
Cool.
screamed that. That added so much to it.
What are you
And of course,
doing
it's a
here?
baseball because apparently
Did
he's
you
like a
wanna buy
baseball
some
champion
stuff
growing
like
up.
Costume or?
Nah, I'm starting a new bad guy group. I'm gonna be the strongest villain of all time, so I'm out recruiting new members.
Oh my gosh, I'm like super strong.
Oh,
I could be
no.
one of your minions.
All three little girls immediately began making wild no motions with their hands.
Just
Lori
immediately,
stepped
no,
between
not
them and
her.
Giovanni.
My epithet can pretty much do whatever.
Oh, yeah? Well, normally I only accept recommendations from pre-existing minions. Let's check your references.
He leaned his spindly frame past Lori.
Because
Bear
he
trap?
absolutely
What do
trusts
you think?
Molly.
Molly droned, trying to think of the loudest way she could say no without sounding like a jerk.
Molly,
Lorelai looked between
sometimes you
Molly
just
and
gotta say it.
Giovanni.
You know my sister?
She asked.
Yeah! Oh, you're her sister?
It didn't escape Lorelai's notice that a
Oh,
little bit of
because
excitement
Giovanni
vanished from
remembers what
Giovanni's
Molly
eyes.
described about her
Molly said
family, how
something
they
bad
would
about her?
basically be pushing Molly around.
Sure am. Oh, isn't she cute?
Lori squeezed up against Molly and hugged her like she was a stress toy.
Oh,
Molly looked at her
gosh.
sister like she
Lorelai,
smiled.
what are you gonna do now? I think you're kind of unstable.
How do you know each other? Is he like a babysitter or something?
She turned to Molly.
You know, we can't afford those.
She's the only person
I know
who knows.
very well what we can and
Yeah,
cannot
exactly, she's the
afford
only one who
next.
knows what they can
Giovanni
afford, because
walked
you
up
don't
and
do
put a
anything.
hand on Molly's shoulder.
Bear Trap here is my #1 minion.
She is?
I am?
Molly's eyes sparkled.
Oh,
She
Molly.
didn't know she was the #1 minion.
She's just happy to have some validation, poor girl.
Absolutely! After all, Bear Trap's gonna help me on my up-and-coming secret mission. Though, I'm not sure I can discuss it here with so many non-villainous ears around.
He glanced unsubtly at Phoenica.
It
I
is
mean,
a secret
fair.
mission, after all.
Oh, I can help.
Lori shelved herself in front of Molly.
Like I said,
Oh my gosh.
I'm
She's
really
down
strong.
bad.
Giovanni played with the bottle in his hand and considered.
Well, this is a top-of-the-line gargoyle potion. Easily the best and also only one I've ever had. But I think I'll leave this one up to Bear Trap. Bear Trap, what do you think? Should we bring her along? It's your call.
Oh
Molly
boy,
turned
how's
to look
this
at her
gonna go?
sister.
Golly, what should I say?
Yes.
Lori hissed.
What in?
Oh boy.
Gosh,
Lorelai's trying her best not to
tilted her
say what
head.
she would usually
I
say
think that a
because
good
she's, you know,
minion
in
would
front of
be
Giovanni.
responsible and do their job. Or the dishes.
Well, sometimes minions are too busy to do the dishes.
Busy with what?
Yeah,
Busy strengthening their creative minds.
screwing around, you mean?
Also supposed to be behind the register today.
Uh-huh,
They were
that's what I thought.
behind the register.
Lori tapped her foot.
They wanted to be in their room, but you said they had to be behind the register, so that's where
Yeah,
they were playing
oh my
today.
gosh. Going with
Molly
the literal term
considered.
just to get what she wants.
I think I say no.
Lorelai squinted
Oh.
at her sister like she wanted to punt her into the sun.
Good for you,
Took a deep
Molly?
breath and flipped around to Giovanni with innocent, sparkling doe eyes.
Well, maybe I could do some kind of test or something. There have to be other ways to become a minion than stupid recommendations.
She just wants to hang out with Giovanni.
Giovanni looked her up and down and
Just keep your
considered.
hands to yourself,
Well, I
Lorelai.
suppose I do want to test something. If you pass, you can join the team.
Oh, yay!
She hopped
Oh
up
my
and down.
gosh, this
What do I have to do?
her
Just
sweetness is so
one thing, he
said.
sickening because
He
we
raised
know
his
that it's
gargoyle
just
arm in the
it's
air
not what
and
she's
pointed
usually
at her
like.
dramatically.
You
Oh,
need
yeah,
to
he's still a
show me
gargoyle. I
the
forgot about that
most
completely because there's no new
important
sprite.
quality a minion can have.
Okay.
She blinked.
What is that?
You tell me.
He crossed his arms and smiled like he had just offered her a really good riddle. Lorelai tilted
Does he
her
think of
head and
himself
tapped her
as the
chin.
Sphinx at this
That's
point?
tough. I spend most of my time as the hero, so I'm not really sure what kind of things minions get up to, other than getting stepped on.
The trio reflexively took a step away from her.
Understandable because
quality a
none of them really like
minion
her for obvious reasons.
Oh, I know. Duh, being super evil. So all I have to do is come up with a cool plan and show off how evil I am.
Molly thought about saying something mean, but decided against it.
I mean, I'm sure your brain went to a couple ways that she's already demonstrated that, Molly.
Bad guys like money, right? Maybe we could kidnap a rich person for ransom and stuff.
Yep, that's a pretty classic villain plan.
Giovanni replied neutrally. As the minion auditor, he needed to be careful not to give any
Minion
hints.
auditor.
Hey, great!
Lorelai turned towards Naven.
Oh,
Hey, Naven.
Oh,
Yeah,
Naven,
big
run.
rich
Naven,
CEO,
just run
big rich
right now. Just get as
company,
far away from here as you can.
right?
Indeed I am, Nathan said, in a tone that one might use to communicate with an oncoming truck.
Oh,
Nice.
Lori clapped her hands together.
Oh,
Sparkles
no.
flew out and she began to glow. A spell worked its way out of her mouth and into the floor.
Garden snaking through the land. Take him now at my command.
She swept her staff in a low arc, and a tangle of thick green vines shot
Oh,
through the floor. They
great.
wrangled
This
together and
this
weaved
just
into
this
a
is gonna
giant
go
hand,
downhill
grabbing
way
Nathan
faster
tight with a
than it
squeaky
already
toy.
could have.
Well, I guess this is happening.
Oh,
she said.
poor guy.
Molly jumped. No, dang it! Lorelai wasn't supposed to use her powers in the middle of the store like that! Or kidnap people like that!
Or how about
She
kidnap
reached out a
people at
hand to
all?
Stop her sister!
Lori!
But it was too late. Before she could reach her, Lorelai raised her staff and a new dream bubble began to sprout from its bunny-eared tip, expanding past Lorelai and swallowing all of them inside a
Oh,
light
all
that
of
was
them.
too bright
Oh,
to see.
gosh.
Before her
Even
vision
poor
faded
Rick,
out
who's still
completely,
unconscious.
Molly saw the witch sticking her tongue out with a distinctive neener expression.
You brat.
Just for her. And the world turned to ivory.
No, don't tell me that's where the preview ends.
Thank you so much. for
Oh
listening,
my gosh,
everybody.
that's where it ends.
If you enjoyed what you heard, please consider picking up the rest of the audiobook from Sound Booth Theater using the link in the description below.
That is
You can also
crazy.
support the series by backing us on Patreon or purchasing your own copy of the book.
Right here.
Copies are available.
Also,
as
my
physical
mom bought the
prints and
audiobook.
ebooks.
So
For more
basically, my
information
family
on
has
where
bought
you
2
can get your
copies of this
copy,
book.
as well as information on future books, uploads, and where the series is going next, please visit epitheterasedonline.com. Thanks for listening.
Wow, that was a good chapter. I really did like those prologues. I'm glad that those were there, like showing like here's the 4 different like little character sections that we need to introduce new characters or just show what characters are up to, and then within 2 chapters, I think we're completely set up for what this story is going to be. Because it would make sense if the rest of this story took place inside of Lorelai's dream bubble. It means that basically she's like a god in this world, because it's her world, her rules, her control, and now literally everyone is in there. Giovanni's a gargoyle now, which is interesting. Rick probably has 0 clue what's going on still because he's been unconscious on the floor this entire time. Poor Naven is now kidnapped. He's a kidnap victim now. Oh gosh. Well, but that was a very good chapter. We got a lot of little details there that I really enjoyed. A lot of little moments, like stuff that I'm already picking up on the characters. Like when Trixie mentioned that Giovanni was supposed to be on the lamb, Finica immediately was like, oh, a lamb? Because she clearly was thinking of sheep, because that's the reason she's so enamored with Sylvie. If only she knew that she had just missed him. I really hope we get to see those 2 interact one day. That would be so cool. Just because, like I said, Feeny would be completely doe-eyed over him, and Sylvie would want to poke her brain, basically. And I think it'd be funnier if, even though the guy who prides himself on being able to psychoanalyze someone would have no clue that she's crushing on him and is just trying to be a psychiatrist while she's fawning. I think it'd be hilarious. But yeah, no, that was a good chapter. Very fun start to the story. I like the new characters. It's really good to see the previous characters again. And that's it for my last reaction for now. Again, if they release more audiobook previews in the future for their future books, I will absolutely react to them. But for now, that is my last reaction to Epithet Erased. So there we have it. Like I said, that was my reaction to Chapter 2 of Epithet Erased, Prison of Plastic, the last chapter of the audiobook preview. And again, I literally like the way this story is starting. It looks like there's going to be a lot more of a focus on specifically Molly and like her relationship with her family, which I think is going to be really interesting to get into, because that is one thing. Is like, as much as I enjoyed the Redwood Run arc, I do think it needed another episode for better pacing. I definitely missed Molly in it. Like, I ended up really liking Percy and Ramsey's dynamic. I thought Ramsey in particular was actually a lot more interesting of a character than I thought. And Zora was a very entertaining psychotic villain. But it definitely, I missed Molly the whole time, because her and Giovanni were really the heart and soul of that museum arc. And I loved that. So I'm really happy that we get both of them back for this next section of the Epithet Erased story. And like I said, now that the audiobook is done, now that I know what the characters sound like, how to pronounce their names, and the whole setup that we've got, I'm going to be getting into reading this, and sometime after this video goes out, I will have a Ebe's Book Club video talking about this full story in general, like my review of it, like my favorite parts, like other critiques. You know, I usually do that, and just in general, what I think of this part of Epithet Erased. And again, there's more books on the way. I believe that the creator of the series, Brendan Blaber, said that there were 3 books that were being. I think that's what got funded in like the last Kickstarter that they did. Again, I started watching this series after all that. And I believe it's supposed to be 2 of them are going to be adaptations of the arcs that we already have, but with new information and like more fleshed out backstory for characters. So like there's going to be like more detail about Mara and Indus's history, maybe something more about Zora. And like one will be a museum arc and one will be Redwood Run. But I believe that the 3rd one is supposed to be an actual sequel to Prison of Plastic, which means it would be the next chapter of the Epithet Erased story that we have not seen yet. So looking forward to that. Again, hopefully, I really love this audiobook preview. I think this was a great way to tease it and show how much fun it is with the characters reading everything and how expressive even Brendan is when he's reading the story. Hopefully they do more of these audiobook previews. If they do this for the other ones, even though, of course, the stories that I already know, there is going to be new stuff. I'd be happy to react to those. And of course, if they do an audiobook preview for whatever the sequel to Prison of Plastic is, I will definitely react to that one because I want to know what happens next. I'm really loving these characters and I'm excited to keep the series going eventually, but we are getting close to wrapping up the regular uploads for this series, which means new animation reactions are coming in 2 weeks. I know that I'm going to watch Sunset Paradise, but I haven't figured out at the time of recording this if I'm going to go straight into that or if I'm going to find another pilot or 2 to watch first before jumping into another full series. I will figure that out when I get there, but overall, Sunset Paradise is coming, and whether that's in the next 2 weeks or not, next 2 weeks we'll have a new animation reaction now that my regular reactions to Epithet Erased are done. But again, this was a lot of fun. Thank you all for joining me on this, and I'm looking forward to see where the story is going. Again, please comment down below anything that I might have missed or any other details you want to let me know. No spoilers. Assume that I've only know the story of the book up to this point, like I reacted to, and then you can talk more about spoilers of the full book on a whole on my book club video when I get to that later. But anyway, that's going to do this for this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please drop a like and a comment down below if you did, or subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye, guys!
Normal, but if you act so rural, then maybe you can have a taste. Epithet Erased.